and crude indigenously as possible. We've come up with multiple policies after a very long time. We've put out blocks. We've put out the offshore blocks for bidding. Some bidding has already, the process has begun. We're trying to attract global players. We're also kind of motivating our own companies to create small consortia, and not only amongst themselves, but also globally, inviting global players to come in. And in order for them to kind of de-risk Pakistan, we are presenting our state-owned organizations, and we're saying if you want to de-risk, we are not making it mandatory, but if you want to de-risk, here is a company that you can join hands with. They're all already doing work in Pakistan. They know how Pakistan works. They can support you. We also have a consortium. If you want to work with a consortium of companies, come work with the consortium and de-risk yourself. But if you are a big hitter and you want to do it all by yourself, please feel free. It's not mandatory. We're not telling people coming to invest in Pakistan that don't form some kind of JV or alliance with Pakistani companies. We're not going to let them work. So we're telling the world that Pakistan is open for business. Our regulatory process, particularly the petroleum concession process, is very dense, extremely dense and opaque. We are committed now to completely digitizing it moving forward and making it completely transparent and almost like putting it on a wall. Just like your visa applications. You can only upload the application once you've fulfilled all the requirements. And once the requirements are fulfilled, no one comes back to you and say कि आप ये letter लेकर आ जाएं जी, मैंने आपको letter लिख दी है, अब आप ये एक और चीज़ लेकर आ जाएं. So once basically the application is uploaded and it's digitally available, there's no questions asked. The fact that application gets uploaded means that all the requirements have been met, and consequently the entire warped process of taking forever, incrementally requiring information, that would be done with. And you'd be able to see how the process flows. What we are also trying to do is put limits. So for example, if you don't hear back from the regulator within a certain period of time, it's a deemed yes. You can just move forward. So all of those controls that we have, politicians have, or the bureaucrats have, in terms of check is in the mail, dog ate my homework, I wrote you a letter, all of that nonsense would go away if we are able to digitize and we are able to make it visible and transparent to the people of Pakistan and also to the international community. I think words don't mean anything. Every single time I come here, I say transparency, ease of doing business. But what does it mean? If we are able to achieve this goal in the next year or so, I think people would get the message, people would get the signal that Pakistan is actually open for business and they would come and invest in Pakistan. So that's what we're trying to do. There's going to be a big digital and transparency push, particularly in the upstream arena, and that would solve some of our problems. Not all of our problems, but some of our problems. We're also pushing very hard on TAPI. TAPI is another framework which we've tried to champion. In the last time I was given this job, I tried very hard to work with the Turkmenistan government and also with Afghanistan, which has its own issues, challenges. The world doesn't recognize Afghanistan's administration and funding is not available. And the entire TAPI framework, which I think is a very interesting framework, and we are championing it with the government of Turkmenistan, entails this very big challenge of country risk. So we are trying to work around the country risk. We've come up with various value propositions, including submissions where we are saying, we'll take the debt on our balance sheet. So some of the debt we'll take on our balance sheet, some of the debt Turkmenistan can take on its balance sheet. So rather than international agents or multilaterals funding Afghanistan, which they would not, they can fund Pakistan and Turkmenistan on our balance sheet, and we can risk kind of going in and building the infrastructure through Pakistani companies or Turkmenistani companies. So some of these things are underway, and we are hopeful that if that comes about, then we would have access to less expensive gas and continuous stream of gas, because the Gilkanish reserves are nearly as large as the Qatari reserves. So you can imagine how big the scope is if we are able to put a pipe